Nothing like a father's trip to get the guys going a little bit, right?
Yes, yeah, it's great to see them here. Sure, it brings everybody back to their youth and a lot of fun, good memories. So it's always nice to see the fathers there.
You find that guys are like their kids just don't want to disappoint their dads, so that maybe they go a little extra.
That never leaves you. As no matter how old you are, that never leaves you, right? We're always trying to please our parents and our fathers in situations like this. So it's fun to have them around.
Even when it's impossible to please your father.
Let's talk
Don't
about
forget,
that
I
later.
was born.
We'll talk about
Don't
that.
forget, I'm 57. I never played a good game in my life, but I knew he loved me.
Oh, you got one up on me then.
Well, just one practice here with Kalen, but when you just look at that first power play, it kind of looked like a little, like you needed, like that was a guy who kind of fits here and was part of the solution.
Well, when you get a guy like that, it allows everyone else to play in position, right? And, we've got a lot of good power play players, but they've been out of position. And it's like putting a band together, right? We've been having the piano guy trying to play the trombone and so on and so forth. So now we got people in the right spots, and I think it'll happen. Our power play will be more effective and look better. And I know we've been a little bit productive, but nowhere near what I think we're capable of doing, and it may take a little time, right? I mean, he just got here today, so. But I think now we've got the pieces in place to have a power play where guys can play to their strengths and be in the right spots.
What was the thought process in putting him together with Mario?
When we put all the pairings together, it just looked like the best pairing, so.
So with him coming in, it looks like Emberson is out. Is that true?
Yeah.
And me and Shay were talking for it. It felt like that his last game was his best game. I assume he won't be out of the lineup too long.
Right. Right.
What did you see from Emberson's
Well,
last
listen,
game?
he's done a lot of good things. The lefty-righty thing is real at our game. It is so real in the National Hockey League. And, as you go through it, we got a bunch of guys in similar situations, so sometimes it's game-driven, who you're playing and whatnot. So, I'll be honest with you, 2 hours ago he was in. So, my point is these decisions are 51-49. It's not like, let's get Emberson out of there. There was a lot of discussion about what to do. And, that's the situation we're in, and we just felt like overall as a core, this was the right move.
What kind of tipped the scales?
I can't tell you everything, Curtis.
Sorry, money exchange.
That was at 1%.
There's a- yeah.
51.
The intensity, the scrums, the pushback, whatever you want to call it last game, I think added to the game big time. I know something you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk the line on that, pull them back, or you just let them go and just say, hey?
There's no pulling back.
Right.
To me, and all we talked about yesterday and showed in our video session was, those types of things. And the block shots, the playthroughs, the two changes while the puck was in the offensive zone. And listen, this group has been pummeled pretty good in the first month of the season. And we're all humans, and when you lose the way we have, sometimes the bottom has to fall out before you say, all right, enough's enough. And that's what happened. That being said, there are things we've got to do much better tactically and structurally. But we were able to win that game the other night because we did those things that allowed us to overcome some of the tactical and structural things we didn't do a good job of. And that's has to be who we are foundationally for the rest of the year. We got to be mentally tough enough not to let a bad moment affect those things. That is non-negotiable. That's who we are. That's who we're going to be.
One of the tactical things would be shooting the puck more.
Shooting the puck for sure. The game, first period ends, and you're like, how do we only have and not only get it to the net. We had a lot blocked that shouldn't have been blocked. They weren't blockable shots. So, I actually said that after I said, we're talking about the shot. I go, guys, I'm not wasting my time on the shots because we're not getting them through. We're not shooting when we should. We're passing up shooting opportunities. So, conversation with a couple players today about that.
Speaking of, future reference, you talk about the defense and the lefty-righty thing. Who on, your defense is maybe the most adept on playing their offhand?
We don't have anybody that loves it.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have one guy that loves it. Not a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
You mentioned the offense and the shots on goal. Hurdle said the same thing after the last game. And then combining that with getting to the small rink, is that something that you felt they could do a little bit better of to create more offense?
Yeah, but I think we're doing a better job getting inside. Now we got to make the next play, right? It's just that, make the next play. Like, get more pucks than that. Make that, passes available, make it a little bit quicker so they don't get a stick on it. Just a little bit more offensive anticipation for us will allow us to get more pucks than that.
Where's Mike Hoffman at?
I thought he had his best game the other night. Well, actually, the Colorado game I thought was his best game. I thought, there was an honesty to his game the other night that I liked, and he did a good job.
Looks like Hochek's back in there. Is he starting to earn some trust and build up some equity with you kind of thing, just the way he's playing right now?
Well, the thing I love about him, he plays with the right intentions. So you're going to make mistakes throughout the course of a game, but he's always looking to play with the right intentions. And to me, as a coach, that's all you can really ask for a player, especially a guy that's, in his situation, as young as he is, and, missed a chunk of hockey last year and a chunk of hockey early in the season here. So, he's playing with the right intentions, and, I like a lot of what I see.
I like the edge of this game.
Yeah, he's real. It's not, doesn't have to be prodded. When there's a one-on-one, he's through you, not to you, so that's a nice quality.
The end of the game there, he made no bones about it. He was clearing the front of the net there.
I didn't notice.
Thank you, Coach Quinn.
He was keeping score during the course of the game, and
What'd you like about what Mike was doing the last game?
I just thought he was skating more engaged physically, really. He played an alert game.
Yeah.
He played an alert game.
Is that hard for a guy though that just the season, as productive as he's been, that's not coming? He's hit a couple of posts.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's been a scorer his whole life. I can imagine there's a level of frustration in him, and sometimes you can become consumed with that and stop doing all the other things that the game demands. So I thought he did a real good job with that the other night of just doing whatever the situation called for, right? It wasn't about, getting down in the offensive zone and putting himself in a scoring position. I thought he played the situation that was in front of him and did a good job with it.
Sorry to keep asking about Logan here, but is there any sort of timeline for him to
No.
get
Just
back in?
kidding. No.
So was this setback worse than some of the other ones?
But it still is.
Not really, but as we evaluated the whole situation, they just thought time off would be the best approach right now. So it wasn't anything drastic that set him back. It just moving forward, it's probably the best thing to do.
Is there